I've had some requests to try and find the problem with the refrigerator ice maker. It keeps on freezing up for some people. Mine lasted for a while until about 2 months ago, and it started freezing up again. So I purchased this valve kit. You get the water hose and you get the valve for the fill. This valve here will actually activate and fill up your ice tray. And what the old one is doing apparently is the water is leaking through the pipe really slowly and causing the tube to freeze up, and it has to be cleared before ice can be made again. So what we're going to do is go in there and I'm going to show you how to replace this valve right here that goes on the Kenmore side-by-side refrigerator. Okay, we're going to go down to where the ice maker is hooked up, and we're going to turn the water off by turning this valve clockwise. Pull your refrigerator out. We got this cover here, cardboard cover. It's got some screws in it, about 6 or 7 screws. Go ahead and take all those out. Okay, we got 7 screws in it. Now we'll just go ahead and pop it off, and we will get this out of our way. Okay, here's what we're looking for. This thing right here, we have to remove that and put the new one in, because apparently this one has a valve leaking. A little dusty in here, but that's normal with a refrigerator. We'll go ahead and disconnect these wires right here. These should just pop right off like so. We'll get them out of our way. Now I'm going to go ahead and take these 2 screws out right here. Now you can see the whole thing has dropped. So now all we got to do is just pull it on out. I haven't unplugged the refrigerator. I don't see any need to. All I have to do now is unhook the water lines, which there is 1, 2, 3, 4 water lines. 5 if you want to count this one here. But that'll come off, and this piece here will be hooked back up, because this will separate from there. Okay, there it is. These plastic ones are only tightened by hand. They come right off. You don't need no tool to take it off. You got 3 of them like that. You got brass and one's metal. They're tight enough to where you need a pair of pliers or adjustable wrench, but they're not that tight. So we've got it taken apart, and we'll go ahead and set up the new one and get it ready to go in. Make sure that you have a pan. I got a plate and I got a tub just in case for the water, because it will leak a little bit. Okay, what I've done, this was in here like this. I took a screwdriver and a hammer and a small piece of wood, and I drove it in right here, and it separated because we need this piece for our other valve. Now, something else I want to point out here is these here are where the nuts go back on our new valve. It has these right here where there's no nut required. You just put the hose up in there and it is latched. See how these here go in and out there? And once you stick the hose up in there, they'll pop out and they will be locked in place. You have to push this back in order to pull the hose out. It's like that on all 3 pieces here. So that could be a plus. The only other thing is the wires are turned around to where they are facing in instead of out. If you'll look at the video, you'll see that this is turned back into the refrigerator, whereas, as you can see here, the wires was facing out from the refrigerator. So that's no big deal. We got plenty of wire. As if you noticed on this, one hole is smaller than the other, so you can't make a mistake on your hoses. I have a pair of dog clippers, nail clippers. I'm going to cut the hose width. I'll start with this one right here. Come right there, pull that off. Take this, and I'm going to take the small hole. I'm going to push it up in there as far as I can get it, and it will not come back out unless I want it to come out by pushing this right here. So that one's in there. Now I'll do the large one. Make sure it seats all the way down in there. Go ahead and take this piece here and go ahead and put your hose back on the back of it. Hand tighten it down. Now we got one last hose. This one here will go in the back of there. We'll go ahead and cut it and insert it. All of our hoses is connected. We're going to test it. Now double check this one here. Now look. These little pins are sticking out. Even though the blue one was hooked up on the blue one over here and the white one was over here on the green one, the connectors, you cannot make a mistake. The one on this blue one is small, the one on the green one is large. Even though this is turned around facing in, I'll show you. The blue one will still go on the left, the white one will go on the right because of the little fittings here. Let me show you. See how small they are? This can only go on here. You can't put that blue one on this side. Now we're going to go ahead and turn the water on and test it to make sure the fittings are connected and not leaking. Turn this counterclockwise, and we're going to turn our water back on. We got our water turned on. There is no leaks. And now we'll go ahead and put this back up here and mount this right here on top of it. Go ahead and get it lined up, get it started. Get that first one in. Okay, don't tighten it down. Go ahead and get your second one started. Enough, good and tight, out of the way. Now we'll go ahead and put our cover back on there and remove our refrigerator back. Now remember, this screw right here with the washer on it goes right here. Now the rest of them, the other 6, you can just put those around the cardboard. Okay, we got everything hooked back up like it should be.